Alright, everyone, we're here. I can't believe we made it to Saturday night. I never thought we would. But,
It's WCW Saturday Night!
live from New Hampshire Kennedy Memorial Coliseum.
I'm your host, Lenny, and I'm here with Rybolt, a thousand subscriber YouTube channel.
1,000 sons.
And we're hosting WCW Saturday Night. And we start off the night with a bombshell. Booker T calling out the Crowy after Sting wins the WCW World Heavyweight Championship after David Flair, a.k.a. the Crowy, interferes and destroys his father's dream. Booker T calls him a punk-ass
N-word. Oh.
womanizer.
Oh.
But no, because
okay.
YouTube revenue is important.
well, they don't know what N-word it is.
He calls him a ninja.
Ninja.
Nigerian.
You little punk ass ninja.
Can we say wigga?
Costing the Nature Boy.
No, that's just as
We
offensive.
can't say it either.
The Crowy.
No,
the
that's
Crowy,
such a.
Okay.
The Crowy gets pissed, and Booker T tries to dictate to Sting that he wants a championship match, and the Crowy says, "If you want to see Sting, you gotta get through me." And so the match is made. Crowy and Booker T will be fighting tonight. And to start off, we have some cruiserweight action between Rey Mysterio and Nova, as Nova is trying to prove himself as being a way better cruiserweight than anyone that gets stolen from.
It didn't work.
And it didn't really work out. Rey Mysterio beats Nova in 8 minutes 30 seconds to retain his title, as Ric Flair and Crowy backstage right after it are beating the shit out of. Oh fuck. Oh.
It's okay. Continue. Go.
All of it.
No, go.
Okay.
We're good.
So Ric Flair and the Crowy
Trash
are
can lids to the
fighting
head.
backstage at the trash can.
Flair's
the
bleeding.
Singapore canes. Blood is everywhere. Blood is on the face paint of the Crowy that we could not illustrate because we don't have good Photoshop.
I'll edit the. No, we had the picture. I just can't remember when we put it. It's here somewhere.
The Crowy is busted wide open with his crow face paint, and Ric Flair is pissed and is bloodied up. And security gets them away, father and son, tragically battling each other.
Tragically battling.
And Ric Flair goes out and says, "Sting, you're a son of a gun, trying to steal my son from me, doing this multiple times. You know what? I tried talking to Dave. Tried talking to David, and he just betrays my trust over and over and
He
over
said he
again.
doesn't love Ashley anymore.
But the fact that you Sting, are the reason my son doesn't talk to his sister anymore. You're the reason." And Jeff Jarrett says, "I am the chosen one."
I will be world champion again, Flair, if it wasn't for you.
My boys defeated your legendary foes like Terry Funk and Sabu.
RVD.
And if you want to prove anything
Lance
to these
Storm?
people, Flair, you will fight me one-on-one. And Jeff Jarrett, with a passionate Ric Flair, fight for 15 minutes and 4 seconds. And
Jeff Jarrett makes him tap out to his own move.
Ric Flair, bleeding and distracted and down on his luck, taps out to the figure 4 leg lock.
Sad.
Right after that, Psychosis is talking to the interviewer about how
she has
he's
an
gonna
aim.
be having a debut. No, not Miss Jones. She's not interviewing him. It's
Jeremy Borash?
someone else. Yeah,
Yeah.
Jeremy Borash is interviewing Psychosis, and Psychosis is talking about the newest signed talent that will be debuting here tonight. And he tries to talk about how I don't trust him. He looks scary to me. He has too many tattoos. He's obviously white. Remember, this is during the Mexico storyline.
I don't think he has that many tattoos actually right now, but still.
Well, even then, like he has a logo of a soda on his arm.
Yeah.
And
Does he
Norman
have that
Smiley
yet?
comes. Yeah, he has.
No, that wasn't yet.
I'll fact check that. I don't think that's true.
Okay, so Norman Smiley comes and says, "Hey man, you should join my new corporation. Look at my beautiful woman, Miss Jones. Look at this. You should be a part of Smiley Inc." And Psychosis just looks at him in disgust, stating, "I am not going to be joining the disco club any night," and leaves.
Oh.
next segment.
All right.
Now
CM
is
Punk
the debut
right now.
of CM Punk versus Psychosis. As they have a very okay little heat matchup, but CM Punk beats him with the arm triangle choke after Norman Smiley accidentally distracts Psychosis, trying to help him out and get him motivated to be a part of the Inc. As Scott Steiner comes out, applauds CM Punk, he then states, "You know, my 33% is so large, it jumped from last week after I beat Sean Stasiak into a 66%, and I feel as though my 66% could be divided into 33% as I share some with you. You are no longer deemed CM Punk. You are my CM freak. High five, baby." CM Punk, momentarily confused, realizes that he's teaming that in English translation, Scott Steiner has just stated, "You should be under my wing." And CM Punk gives the genetic freak a high five.
I can't believe
and then Scott
Steiner
Steiner
was
said,
fantastic.
"Slap Stacy in the ass." As CM Punk licks his palm with the X on his hand and slaps Stacy Keibler's ass, deeming him CM freak.
Just continue.
After that, after Scott Steiner's newest protege,
Man.
the Crowy and Booker T.
What a performance by the Crow. E.
Go into
Crow
the ring.
E. Yeah, 27.
Crowy and Booker T take on each other one-on-one, which it should have been a no DQ thinking about it, but it doesn't matter. The Crowy, after being covered in his father's blood, his blood, possibly his sister's blood, it's
No,
deemed
it's just his
that
father.
he is
Just
in
father.
the highest point of adrenaline in his life and tries to take on the hottest black agent in all of professional wrestling, Booker T.
Norman Smiley?
No, Booker T.
Oh, okay.
Norm Smiley is not his own agent. Booker T, after all odds that were against him, fighting David Flair.
The Crow E?
in 8 minutes and 17 seconds
Harlem
with
Hangover.
a Harlem Hangover, which is a dangerous move.
Right.
He wins. David Flair is pissed after Booker T wins and low blows Booker T and tries beating him with his imitation bat of Sting. As Sting falls down from the rafters and slaps the utter crap out of David Flair, or Crowy.
Yeah, inverted DDT. Scorpion
Crowy-
death drop and all that.
Crowy slap was so big that it ended up cutting open the Crowy once again, as blood rushes down his face and he looks in emotional confusion at Sting. Sting picks up Booker T and shakes his hand, and Booker T, with confusion on his face and anger, slaps the shit out of man, more curse.
The Crow?
The ball.
The Crow, are you okay?
Crowy in the face
Okay.
as the Crowy goes down and Sting holds him back with a bat. Booker T leaves after winning and knowing that he will be facing Sting in the future. Leaves as Sting looks upon the Crowy disappointed as he leaves the ring, as the Crowy is in the middle of the ring sitting down with blood dripping down his face and possibly tears with the fact that his leader is destroying him emotionally. Then we get racism. We get Juventud Guerrero and Super Crazy talking about how the Disco Club is trying to break up the Mexicools, as Norman Smiley is trying to recruit Psychosis. As Juventud Guerrero and Super Crazy are talking this, Alex Wright and the newly made man Disco Inferno end up having a altercation in the back, as Disco Inferno says, "How about you take your Mexican man and give him back his sombrero and put him back to his rice fields where he belongs, as me
That's
and my
Asian.
German man." No, there's rice fields in Mexico. Shut up. Racism
No.
is confusing.
Aren't you Puerto Rican, by the way, or no, you're Cuban, or...
I'm Puerto Rican, Mexican, and Italian, which means I know more than all of you.
They have
Hey.
taco fields in Mexico, not rice
Okay,
fields.
first of all, white boy.
Next
Just
segment,
shut Sting
main
out
event,
before
or no,
he goes
co-main
home.
event.
The co-main event, Buff the Stuff with if you don't know, a few days ago suffered a confusion injury,
In his leg, or a distracted leg,
a distracted
Yeah.
torn ligament or some BS.
Yeah.
It takes on the genetic freak Scott Steiner. Scott Steiner and Buff Bagwell had an altercation on Nitro, where the Confederate Exchange were basically chickened out of the ring as Scott Steiner comes in with his generic muscles and Stacy Keibler's legs, as they are now deemed to have a match. In a very superb matchup, Scott Steiner defeats Buff Bagwell with a Frankensteiner. And then it's the main event promo. You're probably wondering, why is Sean Stasiak in the main event? My answer is the tag team belts weren't defended, and the tag team belts are the fourth most important title. So maybe we should defend them and have a main event the show. They're not the cruiserweight titles, so that means they mean more. So Sean Stasiak and Mark Jindrak are majorly pissed that Scott Steiner not only won his match against Buff Bagwell, but also conquered Sean Stasiak last Monday on WCW Nitro, and deems that tonight won't affect him whatsoever, as he will be taking on the Yoga Club for the tag team titles on the line.
The Yoga Club?
Yes.
Or Yoga Crew, Yoga Club, either way. It's the Destructoids versus the Yoga Crew, as everything is stacked against the Yoga Crew. Kevin Nash.
It's Kevin Nash's quads and DDP's ribs.
If you don't
and
know
age, I guess.
If you don't know currently, DDP is suffering a very long-term injury that could possibly destroy his career.
Wow, you really sold that.
And he's super willing to risk everything to become the next WCW World Tag Team Champion. And to get his DDP Yoga through the roof with sales, being WCW Tag Team Champs automatically gives
on
you
VHS.
20% on VHS. And the Destructoids are looking to regain what they lost after Fat Ass himself kicked the living hell out of Sean Stasiak. And a 14-minute, 53-second match, Sean Stasiak ends up pinning and defeating Kevin Nash as the injured DDP looks on with irritation and piss in his face. And we end off with Booker T going into his car. Booker T going into his car, trying to find out, what exactly just happened with everything. As he gets set for Nitro, a crow noise is heard.
Across... Sorry, that's pigeon.
No, that's Raven.
That's Raven.
It's heard all around the world as Sting appears with wind blowing against his hair, stating, "Am I going to see you on Nitro?" As Booker T says, "You damn will." As they do a Predator handshake, the movie Predator, not like sexual Predator. The Predator handshake as he enters the car, and Sting disappears and leaves a burning crow onto the floor.
It's a phoenix.
No, a burning crow, as in like, you ever seen the movie The Crow, like where he has a symbol that's on fire? That's what's happening. Like the red liquid burst into flames and caused that.
So not a bad show. Not a bad show at all.
And we end off the night with this saying: the Crowy was used way too much, and CM Punk was slightly overused.
And this show is complete.
It just debuted!
But 75 B- plus 17. We'll see you all.
Not bad for the B show.
Next time.
Ladies and gentlemen, you were
Cancer!
watching